everyone, welcome to another process video in the Inspiration to Creation series with Megan and I. This is our inspiration piece that we are going to use by Paige Evans. It is absolutely stunning. And right away I was like, I need to do this layout. Now one day I'm going to actually scrap lift the entire thing, but I did do a little twist of my take. So I had these two photos that you see of my daughter, and I love that dress. And I was going through some papers and I found this one by Sassafras, which is kind of funny because I just recently was talking in a video how I struggle with using Sassafras products. And this page has ended up going to be nothing but Sassafras. So as soon as I saw that paper, it matched her dress beautifully. But I definitely needed to find some paint that would match the blue that was in the striped pattern paper. So I'm just mixing a couple of Heidi Swap Shine in Ocean and Teal until I come up with the exact match. And it ended up, by combining those two colors, I got a really close match to it. So here I am just doing the same brush strokes that Paige Evans does, and I really struggled with this layout. I thought this layout was going to be really easy, but I'm not kidding you, I worked on it for 3 days, just trying to figure out what to do. And part of the problem was I saw this package of these flowers and I wanted to use them because I thought they matched perfectly with the pattern paper and it matched all the colors, and instead of butterflies, I was going to use them as flowers. But sometimes when I limit myself to one thing in particular, I sometimes can't think out of the box. But after enough playing and not giving up hope, I made this background work. And I tried to do my own modeling paste color, but the colors that I had just were not working. They were either hot pink or I think I like this orange that definitely was not the same orange. So then I decided just to take plain old white modeling paste, and I used one of my stencils that has these little squirrely little swirls going on it, and then I'm going to do that on each of the lines that I had painted. Next, I wanted to do something a little bit different with my background. Normally I always cut down these sides and then I frame it with some cardstock, but in this case I saw Missy Whitten tear the edges, and then she's going to place that and place some pattern paper underneath it. And so that way it'll still give the full 12 by 12. So I'm just going to do a little bit off of each side. I take off about 1 inch and I tear it, and then I also distress it as well. Now this is where I kind of struggled because I love that pattern paper so much. I actually was going to use it a full 12 by 12, but I thought it'd be too much. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll just use that striped paper as a mat underneath the photograph. But I end up loving what I decide to do in the end, and that is take the two, each a little bit off each edge, and then have that as the pattern paper that sticks out. And I love it. It's the perfect touch and just amount where it wasn't too little, it wasn't a whole lot, where it was overbearing or overwhelming of that pattern paper. But I definitely wanted to showcase it because it matches, like I said, her dress perfectly. I mean, just look at the photo. And this photograph is nothing really special. There's not a whole lot as far as a story to tell. My daughter got my grandma, I can't even talk, my mom, her grandma got her that dress for her, and she's never been one to wear a whole lot of dresses. Sorry for this. I don't know what this is. I looked at it and it says that the current theme for any of the transitions is neon, and I cannot get it to go off. So if anybody who uses iMovie, I don't know if it's just an update that it recently did, but if you can tell me how to remove this neon transition that pops in every once in a while, please let me know in the comments because I cannot figure it out and it's driving me crazy. So I apologize for the transitions of it being neon. But anyways, back to layout. It's just a simple story. My mom had bought her a dress, and she just never really was big on dresses, but for some reason she loved this one. And so I took a couple of photographs of her, and she was just being really cute. She was kind of flaring it out. She looked like a little cowgirl, and the pictures being that it was out in the desert was just gorgeous. And so I knew I wanted to scrapbook this photograph of her. And then, like I said, those flowers had a lot of dimension. I ended up removing a couple of the buttons off of it. Each layer of the flower had also this foam in it, and I don't know what kind of foam it had used, but that stuff, the adhesive on it, I mean, I didn't even get some of it. Some of it is still left on the flower, but it was so hard to pull off, and I had to be really careful that I didn't ruin the string that they had wrapped around it. But yeah, I definitely, it was just so much dimension, and I didn't really like that. So I ended up removing it all and then adding only two of the flowers, two buttons on the flower, and then using, oh gosh, I used double-sided sticky tape, that red tape, to adhere all the flowers down. And I really like that a lot better because no matter what, even with the foam adhesive gone, there's still so much dimension with those flowers. But they're really pretty. I love the soft orange in it. And that orangey pink is just, it's beautiful. So instead of having it diagonal like I thought I was originally going to do, like Paige Evans, I decided to have two flowers in the one bottom corner and then two, or actually three flowers up at the top. She's in front of my parents' house, and I just felt like that was too much of a distraction, so I'm going to try to cover up as much as I can without covering her. And I like that placement a lot better. And then that's pretty much it. I'm just going to add some Heidi Swapp Shine, which I used peach and the gold. I ended up using some old gold stickers by Studio Calico. And then to finish it off, I wanted to add just a little bit more around that layout. And so I picked up my Maggie Home roller stamp. And I'm just going to put a couple of sayings on there, or quotes. It says, "Dream a little dream, have courage and be kind, and shine bright." And my journaling that I ended up putting on the layout, like I said, there really wasn't much to it. I just said, "You have a kind soul, my daughter, my dear daughter. This is a great quality to have. Always keep shining and never let that light go out." And then that's it. And I'm just going to stamp the date on it and call it good. So I want to thank you so much for joining Megan and I. I hope you guys are having fun with this series and that you're finding a lot of inspiration and looking at things differently, and how you can get inspired just about basically about anything. So even if you don't have necessarily the products that we're using, or any products that anyone's using, it's the simple design that you can look at, and you can grab any papers that match your pictures and go from there. Be sure to check out Crafty Megan's process video as well. I have no idea what she's doing. She's been very quiet about it, so I'm excited to see what she does this week. And if you haven't already done so, I would love to have you here on my channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future process videos. And if you like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And you all have an amazing day. Bye.